Good evening, traders. Late night video here. Just want to show you guys a couple of things that I see going on in the market here since I didn't have time to do a video earlier. First of all, starting off with the ES, you can see here the ES is just trading this little choppy channel that I have in my channel analysis. The same pattern that we had down here where it was trading this little choppy little range. All right, we're doing the same thing right here, as you can see between these two trend lines that I have, these channel lines that I have. And this did break out to the top side like it did right here. We had another little flag right here that we highlighted in our previous videos as well on the My Wall Street TV YouTube channel. And if you haven't been to our website yet, you can find that at wallstreettrading.com, and you will see some of our videos in the My Wall Street TV tab. That's in the upper right page. But anyways, so we had this little consolidation that took place for like about 3 weeks here, 3.5 weeks or so. And so far, we've been in this consolidation for about 2 weeks or so here. Total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total of 9 trading days, so close to 2 weeks worth of trading in there. And we could definitely make a move to the top side. The same way we had the silver platinum right here. You can see how they were doing a lot of shaking and baking extremes below, up and above the channel range. Same thing right here. Just shaking a lot of people out. And overall, we're still above the 8 EMA. We kind of were about to lose it today, but they recaptured it. So the ES, if you're looking for the market to go to the top side and for us to continue the trend, which, I mean, there's no reason to think why we cannot. The next target's going to be back up here towards the 1470 level. Take this little range, the distance from this little previous move higher. You can do it from right here. And that's going to be your next leg up. So it should take it towards 14A if we do break out this little pattern. And if we see something different, for the fact we had this pattern here before and we broke out and we held, if we see something different, a different characteristic, then, we could say, okay, maybe there's something that we have to be a little bit cautious about, that we could maybe be a failed breakout if it was to break out and then come right back in. But if it was to break out and hold, then we're going to see this nice little up move again, just like we did off of this little downward channel choppy action that we had before we broke out. So just something that I'm watching. If we take a look at the Qs real quick, just want to make this a little quick short recap video real quick. Qs gapped down a little bit today on the Apple weakness. Apple held and they're pretty strong. And the Qs, they hold 69.50. We could just move right back up and try to fill the same exact gap. However, if we do get some selling pressure, Qs could go back down towards 69. Apple did sell off a little bit after hours, after Jim Cramer said it was a sell. And yes, people do move stocks these days, like Jim Cramer, David Einhorn, and they will move the stocks. Anyways, Apple's gapping down, so the Qs could be gapping down tomorrow morning, and let's say recover sometime overnight on the Nasdaq futures and the Qs. Recover off the lows with the gap down pre-market, or if they do gap down. So we'll see how it plays out. But Apple's definitely gonna be something to watch tomorrow if it breaks below 683. You can already see we closed below the 8 EMA and the 9 SMA. And like I was saying, because I actually bought the 675 puts and called it out in the chat room at $3.35. They traded to a high of 573, the weeklies. And some people took those off. I actually held them, and then the stock recovered a little bit here. So the gap downs should make those a little bit in the money. If we could hold the gap down, we'll see. But either way, we got to watch the lows of Apple 682. Anybody that bought last week, oops, sorry about that. Let me fix that. Anybody that bought last week in the stock, all right, they got trapped. As you can see, the price action's below. So they may still be holding. However, one thing to know about is that whenever you have like a trap, a bull trap or something, or a bear trap, when those people are still, when the price action is still in the area where they're probably still giving it a chance, they're not really feeling any pain. But if Apple's to start drifting lower, these people that are trapped in the stock from buying up here, they're probably saying, okay, this looks like it may go lower. I'm gonna have to start selling. Then they start selling. More people start recognizing the weakness, and they start selling, and that's what usually causes the opposite move of a trap. Whether it's a bull trap or bear trap. So in any case, keep an eye on Apple tomorrow. 683 the low. Should have some support at around the 680 level. This little choppy range that we had right here before we broke out. But if we do not break out and Apple breaks today's lows, or I should say yesterday, since it is actually like 12:21 in the morning. But if we break this 683, we definitely could sell down here towards 680. We break 680, you want to watch the 675 level, and we'll see what happens with that right there. Okay, Google, nice strong stock making new all-time highs. I believe Jim Cramer was saying buy Google and take some profits in Amazon. Either way, Google's strong stock and continues to look strong ever since it broke this little sideways downward channel. You have this little momentum downward channel. You have the regular horizontal downward channel, and slightly horizontal downward channel. I mean, it's not really slanted, in other words, but that was another key inflection point right there on the 630 level. Let's see, as far as some of the banks goes, the banks, GS, Goldman Sachs pulling back. These may be good dip buy candidates right there. I'm pretty sure they will be if the market can hold up. JP Morgan in the range here. And one thing that I've been using is BKX with my little channel analysis that I do. And you can see here, ever since we consolidated in this little range right here. Let me fix this up for you guys 1 second. Ever since we really consolidated in this little range right here between this little resistance zone, between these two channel lines, you can see through consolidation period, which is what I pick up in my system. We had a nice little breakout, and so far we pulled back test my on this channel line right here. We may, if the market was to sell, we could maybe pull back to this little reference area where I have this little, shaded area down here. But right now, BKX is holding 50. If I remove the drawings, so you guys can see this is just a plain chart, you can see this is just like a little standard pullback. We do have the support area, though, around the 49 level, so we could pull back a little bit more if the market wants to sell. Either way, keep an eye on the banks for the buyers to step in there because, people have definitely been looking for the banks to continue to the top side. So that's that with the banks. ExxonMobil, let's take a look at the energy sector. ExxonMobil still hanging in there, looking pretty strong. CVX especially looking pretty good. CVX made all-time highs last week. And what else here? COG, they got hit today as far as there's something about a probe going on to see if these shell companies actually have their storage that they're reporting in their financials. So some of those are selling APC, APA, COG. Maybe some of them are falsifying their, how much they have in reserves, how much gas they have in reserves. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, hope you guys had a great trading day today. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on Apple tomorrow in the Qs and see what Google could do. In other words, have a great night, guys. Thank you.